Everything we've been taught is a lie. And that brings me to the space and cosmos, one of the greatest deceptions, and yet given to us by NASA themselves. Article after article after article after press release and press release about water in space in amounts that are completely mind-blowing. Ocean worlds, water in the solar system and beyond. 2009, NASA found a sprawling cloud of cold water vapor around a solar system to a nearby star. The water vapor could eventually deliver oceans to dry planets that are forming in the system. The famous Eye of God nebula actually weeping tears of water. Stars and galaxies are born in a nebula. Can you imagine the size of the water that's coming out of a nebula? It's like one drop of that would engulf our entire solar system. Oceans detected inside Saturn's moon, and stars found shooting water bullets. NASA confirms best ever evidence water on Mars. Water from Orion. Now there's water coming out of the constellation of Orion. A star shooting water bullets. A star is supposed to be a sun. There's water on a star. And they do a study, NASA, and they say basically all stars have water. This is the conclusion. Stanford University tells us that there's water on the sun. Waterloo University tells us that there's water on the sun. On the left is one of those deep space images of the universe. On the right is a picture of a swimming pool. Also keep in mind that many of the images that we get shown by NASA come from radio telescopes, not from optical telescopes that actually photograph an object. Our very own solar system is completely surrounded by water. They tell us it's ice, but can we believe them? Well, we call it the Kuiper Belt. It's a belt in a disk. That whole thing is now completely engulfed by more water called the Oort cloud that completely engulfs our entire solar system. It looks something like that. And yet there's supposed to be vacuum in space. Where does the water go? Where does the vacuum begin or end? Suddenly the Bible makes a lot more sense to me. And God said, let there be light. So the Spirit of God is moving across the waters, and it's the sound of the Creator that makes the light. How does that work? Well, in modern science, it's known as sonoluminescence. When you put a sound frequency into a body of water, after a little while, a beautiful bubble appears filled with light. Where does the watery space begin? Where is the edge? Well, if we start listening to what the Bible tells us in some ancient scriptures, maybe we should listen to all of it. It says God placed the firmament in the sky to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters below. And then how did God create the flood? It tells us God opened the gates of heaven to let the water pour in on the earth.